Hey you guys, it's Whitney. Today we're going to be talking about the Morphe 39A Dare to Create palette and the Urban Decay Heavy Metals eyeshadow palette. We're going to be doing this look right here with these two. And we're also going to be using the Babe Eye Faves 15 best-selling brushes from Morphe. We're going to use all the brushes we can from this collection. This was $48, and I love the eye. I like the brushes that I got. I had about 4 of the same brush in my collection already, but they had a lot of that means there's 11 other brushes I didn't have. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, guys, so the first shade that we are going to dip into is this shade right here in the palette. And it is called Canvas. And I have that on an E27 brush that came out of the Babe Faves whatever set. So I'm going to knock that off. And I'm going to start building it up. And where my eyes are shaped the way that they are, I always start right here. And I'm going to wing mine out. And where I already have my base on, it will catch any fault that we have, but on normal basis I would not be doing my makeup like this, you guys. I would definitely do my eyes first because of fallout, but because I'm making YouTube videos, I'm doing it first right now. So I'm dragging that really far out, blending it back and forth like such, just like that. I'm gonna keep working it. Okay, and I'm going to pick up just a little bit more on my brush, and I'm going to place that right here on the outer part, just to where it's dragged pretty far out, because I have a very almond-shaped eye, so I want to make sure that it is kind of pulled up and out. So I'll kind of pull mine up and out at an angle. Then I'm just going to go back and forth. Like such, go back and forth, back and forth. And then the next brush that I'm going to pick up is going to be a E22 brush. If I can get this thing to focus. A E22 brush from Morphe. And I just do this on my hand to kind of make sure that there's not product on it. And then the next shade that I'm going to pick up is going to be this shade right here in the palette. Back it up a little bit so you guys can see. It's going to be that shade right here, and it is called Sunder. I don't know, I guess it's like a mixture of sun and thunder. And I'm going to knock that off, and I'm going to start that shade right here, just a little bit lower than my other shade, and I'm going to work that guy back and forth, doing the exact same motions that I did with my first one, except it's going to come in. It's not going to go out as much, and it's going to be just a little bit lower, to where you can barely see a difference, but to where you can still see the difference. And then I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth. And this color I'm not going to build up super a lot, because we already have plenty of transitions. I'm going to go back in with the first brush. I'm going to blend both of those together, just like this. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the E17 brush from Morphe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to the 2 green shades in the bottom. So it'll be this shade right here and this shade right here. So, sorry, it's weird, the angles in the camera. So I'm going to pick that up on my brush. And I'm going to go back and forth in those colors. So I have some I'm going to knock a little bit off. And that is going to go right in my crease. That's going to be the colors I'm going to put in my crease. And I already have my MAC paint pot and soft ochre down. So all I'm doing is building this up in the crease. And I will be building this up pretty heavily and dragging it out, because the way my eye is shaped, I have to have a good shape down. And I'm going to be switching back and forth between that Morphe E17 and an M573 from Morphe. And all I'm doing is packing those 2 colors, both on the brushes, And I'm going to keep going back and forth until I have color in my crease. And to get it to where it's not all patchy, because it's patchy there. I mean, obviously you guys can tell. So we're just going to keep going back and forth like that until it's clean. And when I have the color build up to the maximum intensity that I want it. Okay, and after we have that one build up to the intensity that we want it, I'm going to take this very small E18 brush from Morphe. And I'm going to dip into the black shade all the way down here in the corner. And I'm going to very lightly pack that on the outer corner of my eye. Very, very lightly, guys. Right just on the outer V. Like such. And I'm probably going to do about 3 or 4 more eye looks with this palette. Because I definitely feel you could probably even get about a good 10 different eye looks out of it. So then I'm just going to blend out the edges on that guy. And I messed up a little bit right there. So what I can do is I can pick up my little brush that I used to blend with. And I'm just going to kind of swap that away, that black. Because I can do that. I'm just going to put a little bit more of the darkest green that we used. And do that right there. Take my big fluffy brush, my first one, the E27. Blend all that out like such. Go back in with the second brush, which was the E22. Blend that out. Whenever you mess up, you don't have to start over. You just got to kind of finesse it. So, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Light 1 Chantilly. And mine is, I don't even know if you guys can see, but it's loved. And I'm going to cut 2/3 of my crease. And you don't have to cut your crease if you don't want to. I just prefer to. Okay, and then after I've got my crease cut, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into the dark green shade. Sorry, I don't want to blind you guys with the ring light. Shoot, I am on the complete wrong side. The dark green shade over here called Mullet. And I'm going to take this on this flat BH Cosmetics brush. And I'm just going to start packing it on the brush. And I'm going to spray it with my Milani Make It Last setting spray. And I'm going to start packing that on. And I'm going to put this on top of the black. And this color is going to go about 2/3 of the way over. So you just want to pack that on. And the reason I want to put it on top of the black and on top of the concealer where I cut that NARS concealer where I cut my crease is because where you packed it on the black, it's going to make a very slight difference. And where you can see my concealer is transferring, I'm just going to go in and blend more eyeshadow on top of my crease. And then we're just going to keep packing the green eyeshadow on our lid. Okay, after we have the green mullet on the 2/3 of our lid, we're going to take the shade, if I can do this so blinding, guys, right here, the silver shade called Mullet, or, I'm sorry, Glam Rock, this real bright silvery shade. And I'm going to take mine on a Morphe M124. It's just a flat, even smaller. It's got more of a rounded tip, and it'll be easier for me to get that in there. And usually I would use these with a glitter glue, but since I don't need them to last for a long time, I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start packing this on the rest of the third of the eye, like such. Just like this. And then I'm also going to take the other brush that had the green. I'm going to mix that in over here too. Because I want them to mix. Just like they are on this eye and that eye. I'm going to go back in with my white M573. I'm going to clean up the crease. Now I'm also going to take, we'll be back in just a second to do the lower lash line. I'm going to do my liner, mascara, and lash on this side. I'll be right back. Okay, So we're going to go in the lower lash line, and we're going to mix together the first two colors we use. So Canvas and Cinder. And I'm doing it on a Morphe 506. So I'm just going to dip, dip, dip. Knock that off. I'm going to run that right here. Right underneath my lash. And I'm just going to keep going back in, building it up, because this is a pretty deep eye look. So you do want to kind of build it up a little bit to its full intensity. Okay, and then the next one that we're going to go into, I'm going to take a Morphe E26 brush. Looks like this. It's just a little tip brush, and it came in the same set. Everything I've used on my eyes, except for the two brushes to pack on our eyes, is from the Babes Fave set. And I'm going to mix together the two green shades we use. So this one and this guy over here. So I'm just going to mix those back and forth. Dab, dab, knock it off. And I'm going to run that right on the lash line, or just a little bit under, just to get that green shade build up. And I want it to match the full intensity I have on the other eye, so I'm going to keep going back and forth and running it back and forth like such. Okay. And then we're going to be done. No, we're not. I don't want to be done with that guy. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this brush from my new set, the M432. It's just a flat bottom line brush. And I'm going to pick up the bright green shade down here. And that is the shade Inspire. And I'm just going to start packing that on the brush, like such. Knock that off. And I'm going to put it directly on the lash line. And I'm just bringing it over a very little bit. Nothing too crazy. And then for my bottom lash line, I am going to use a silver shade in my eye. So I'm using from NYX this eye and eyebrow pencil in the shade Silver. It's just silver. I have cat hair all over my fingers. And I'm going to put that in my bottom lash line. I'm going to take my Tarte Tarteist mascara and put that on my bottom lash line. For our inner corner, I just used the shade Acoustic down here in the bottom. Alright guys, and that concludes the look on the video today using the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette from the 2017 limited edition holiday collection. And then I also saw that they just relaunched the Dare to Create 39A palette from Morphe. This is a really good palette. Like I said, I plan on doing at least 3 to 4 more looks. So I hope you guys had a good time. And please go back and watch my other videos to see what other looks I've done with special palettes or any other palettes. And I hope you guys have a good day. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.